Today I'm playing with the brand new colour from the Distress line, Salvaged Patina, and I am showing you my favourite Distress Oxide and Distress Ink background techniques. Hey crafty people, it's Tasha, welcome back to my channel. If you like this video then please do give me a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed then, hit that button. So I'm going to start by showing you the colour and how it looks. I've got the ink and the oxide. Obviously, even though it's the same colour, they do look quite different because they are completely different ink formulations. I have gone into a bit more detail about that in previous videos. We're not going to be going on the differences between the two, but I will have another video linked up at the top where you can go and check out if you want to know more about the differences and similarities, if I remember to do that. I hope so. So here is the ink. Just look at that beautiful vibrant blue. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And then here is the oxide. So as I said, I'm doing two background techniques, my favourite oxide background technique and my favourite ink background technique. And then I'm going to be turning both of those into cards with some of the brand new Wow embossing powder products. So, Distress Oxide background ink blending, I love it. I just love ink blending. So I grabbed an A2 panel of Nina at £80 and I got to blending at like super speeds. No, not really. I've sped this up a lot. Blending takes a long time, y'all. I can't really move that fast. Which I'm sure is fairly obvious. Anywho, so I decided to pair the new colour with peacock feathers for both backgrounds as well. I have been doing some workshops. One of them is an ink blending workshop. I am considering turning this into a class that you would be able to purchase and download. So if that is something that you're interested in, then I'll have a link below where you can pop your email address in. It'll let me know that you're interested. So yeah, there's my background. Super easy, ombre, two colours. Next, we're moving on to Distress Ink. And Distress Ink, I just love Ink Smooshing because it's so easy. Started with the Salvaged Patina because that is my lightest colour, and I do like to start with the lightest colour when I'm doing these techniques. So I just smush the ink pad onto my glass mat, spritz it with a distress sprayer, and then dip the paper in. It really is that easy. So I'm using Distress watercolour cardstock here. Again, it's an A2 panel size, and when you're ink smooshing you want to work in layers, but it's absolutely critical that you let each layer dry thoroughly before you put the next one on, because otherwise you're just going to end up with like a muddy mess. I'm just way too impatient to let things dry, so I use my dual speed heat gun from Wow. The lower speed on it is perfect for those impatient crafters such as myself, who don't want to wait for things to dry. Just dry it with that. Once I was happy with the colour payout that I had on that, I did just quickly put some heat onto the oxide background, and then here I'm just tipping some embossing powder on it just to make sure that it's not going to stick. So I'm using this beautiful fern, the solid fern background. This is from the brand new release from Wow, designed by our very own Verity, and this is my first time playing with this stamp, so I was quite excited to get to play with it. So I did stamp it down twice to make sure that I had a really good impression. Stamped it with my Wow ultra slow drying embossing ink, and then I'm going to put some embossing powder on the top. That's kind of my jam. So I've got Mojito, which is from the Fiesta trio, and it's like this beautiful green with like copper and green glitter. Oh, it's just beautiful. So you want to make sure with the embossing glitters you give them a really, really, really good shake, and if you think you've shaken them enough, shake them a little bit more, and that's just going to help the embossing to hold on to all the glitter. You're going to have enough of a mixture between the two for the embossing to hold on to the glitter really well, so that it's not gonna, you're not gonna lose it all, because otherwise the glitter goes everywhere. So I just did exactly the same on both panels, with the same embossing glitter. I've then got this lovely sentiment die from Pink Fresh Studios. I cut 2 of the actual words from Nina £110 and stacked them up, and I cut the shadows from Vellum, and then I'm just going to make sure I get them nicely covered, saturated with my embossing ink again, and then I'm going to use some ultra high gold embossing powder to emboss them, and I am going to do them twice because I want to make like a really, you sort of get like a really cool, almost looks like it's metal, and I just really like that. I think it's really good. So this card, I shared one of the cards yesterday on my Instagram, and it was for a hop that I'm doing for Teen Self Esteem, and I just thought that these sentiments worked really well. So if you haven't seen that hop, then I do suggest that you go over there and have a look. There's lots of lovely prizes, and it's just a really good cause. So here you can see what the difference between having embossed it once and then the twice, and I just think it's really, yeah, it's just beautiful. Oh, and I had to include a bit of the embossing melting, but I wanted to show that with this ultra high, the really big chunks of embossing, and as they start to melt they look quite textured, which sometimes is what I want, and that's what I do. But I wanted to show you that you can heat them just a little bit more past that, and you get this really, really smooth, beautiful metal look. I just think it's awesome. So I added some sub-sentiments, which were from another Pink Fresh stamp set that I will have linked because I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. And yeah, that's my cards. I'm really, really, really love them. I really like it. I like the copper and the green and the teal mixed together. The new distress colour is beautiful, and I can't wait to play with it some more. And you'll know I always love playing with my heat embossing stuff. So I hope that you like the video. If you do, please do give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the link below where you can sign up to my email list, and I hope that you have a lovely, happy, safe, wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.